Welcome to this week's Ask GMBN.
Yeah, you guys have all been leaving questions down below in the comments section. You've been using the hashtag AskGMBN, and then you've been sending them into the email address ask@gmbn.com.
And we've got loads.
So let's kick it off with one from Coca. Now this is a good question. Yeah. Can you use ski goggles for downhill racing?
Well, I wasn't sure on the answer to this actually. So we got in touch with POC, our eyewear partner. So the official answer is, yes you can, but there are a number of small but important differences. So ski goggles tend to have fleece lining, and downhill goggles will have a Coolmax foam. Also the lenses, so snow lenses will be designed for the specific environment and you're not going to get the desired visual colour curve.
Makes sense. So you might not be able to pick out your moguls from your roots, I guess.
Oh, yeah, it does make sense. Right, next question comes from Ben Huddleston. How many times do pro enduro racers go to the gym?
I'd say quite a lot actually. Nowadays it's totally changing. When I was racing pro, I was going 3 times a week, and you see a lot of the guys, if you follow them on Instagram stories, they're in there a lot.
Let's look at Richie Rude, Jared Graves and Johan Borelli are all pretty stacked. I would say they go more times than a cross-country racer, but less than a downhill racer.
Yeah, that's a fair given example.
Quite a lot. I would say half and half, probably half on the bike, half in the gym. Sam Hellebreckers, he saw the POV from Neil at Andy Pacifico, but how do you know which trail to follow? Basically you don't. It's all blind racing, so you sort of look down the trail and there'll be little bits of tape every now and again that will tell you you're on the right trail. But yeah, blind racing, you just sort of just try and work out as you go.
I guess probably the best tip that you could give is make sure that you're looking ahead, looking for that tape and looking for little obstacles that you can slow down, speed up over, where you can let off the brakes.
Yeah, I actually looked at that, rewatched those videos, and I thought I picked the wrong line so many times in those, but at the time you just don't know, you're just trying to pick the best line you can.
It's just an instinct. And we've got a video all about how to ride blind corners, so check that one out. So the first thing that you want to think about when you're coming up to blind corners is what kind of corner it actually is. Now this one here is a full 180-degree sweeping bend, but you have got quite a lot of support. And what I am noticing coming into it is the fact that you have 2 options. You can go inside or you can go on the outside. Now, if you actually go on the inside.
The next question comes from Airsoft Table. Which foot do you prefer to have in front when you're riding downhill or jumping?
Right foot forward always.
Left foot
Are you?
forward always.
I'd never noticed that actually.
I don't know if it follows the way you would snowboard, but it definitely does for me. Left foot forward.
I always thought it just went with the same way that you row.
Nope.
Are you left-handed?
Nope.
Oh, strange.
Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. You just have a preferred foot.
Yeah, it's called the chocolate foot.
According to Hans Ray. Max Lowe, how do you unstick a seized seat post?
Oh, this is a good one.
Oh, that's a pain. Well, I'm presuming that's probably a metal frame, it's not going to be carbon. So you can get some spray, not WD-40, there's some special stuff, I forgot what it's called, that you try and get inside there and leave it overnight. I've done that before on old bikes. Yeah. Bit of heat.
Coke is a good one.
Coke?
Yeah.
What,
it just
you drink
shows
it,
how
and
bad
then
it
you
is
get
for your
energy
teeth.
rush, and then you like really strong.
No, so you put it down the top of the seat tube exactly the same way that you're talking about, let it soak overnight, and apparently it does wonders. I've actually done that on myself when I was working at a bike shop.
Cool, try that one then first, that's probably quite cheap, 60p for a can of Coke. Hugh Daniel Mayer, is there a full suspension 160mm travel mountain bikes that have 29-inch wheels on the market in an XL?
No, we were just discussing this.
I was convinced there must be.
And I only know of one because I was actually looking quite a long time ago for a big 29er bike, and it seems that the only one that I could find was Evil.
I found a few 140mm travel 29er bikes in XL, but no 160mm travel, so yeah, only Evil.
Market to be maybe, cater for us tall dudes.
Yes. Bradley Roseneck, what is the best bike geometry for doing tricks? For example, wheelies, 180s, that sort of thing.
It's got to be a trials bike, hasn't it? Or a little dirt jump bike.
Dirt jump bike, yeah, so 26-inch wheels, that sort of thing.
Bigger stem maybe on a trials bike with those higher bars.
Yeah.
But then I guess a jump bike.
Short stem.
Short stem, high-rise bars, 100mm travel.
Relatively steep angles, I would say, so they're pretty nimble bikes. But you should check out our video on how to choose the correct bike.
Now, let me tell you guys that mountain biking is not a cheap sport to get into. And in fact, it can become really addictive because you actually start to want to upgrade components in your bike and make it the best you possibly can.
Father Cupcake asks, how old is too old? I bought my first mountain bike at 46 and he feels a bit silly. Well, that's not that old.
No.
That's definitely not too old. Hans Ray is 50 years old and he's still a legend and he's still riding really good.
My dad's 60 and he's still shredding hard.
Yeah, so that's definitely not an excuse. Topias Leskinen. What kind of music do you guys like?
Whoa.
Very personal.
Yeah, it really depends on the mood.
I listen to all sorts.
Yeah. I've got a SoundCloud account and I use it all the time. It's awesome for searching for new artists, liking tracks, and just, yeah, seeing what's on there.
I've just bought tickets to see Left Field live, so that gives you some insight, I suppose. Bad Bill Buckle Boots is thinking of getting some decent goggles, but wants to keep them in tip-top condition. How can I clean them safely and store them between stages without scratching up the lens?
Definitely cleaning them always with the goggle bag or the sunglasses wipes that you get, because I think that, is it lint-free it's called?
Yes.
So it doesn't pick up the dirt, you're not going to scratch the lenses. Yeah. And I've got a couple of really good hacks for how you might store it between stages, so check it out in this video. This next hack is one that I've taken from my racing days, and it's to do with keeping your goggles dry on those really wet days. So what I'm going to say is you want to use a little bit of tissue, put it on the inside of the goggles, and this just keeps any moisture from building up. The tissue absorbs all that. Then you want to pop it into a dry plastic bag. Right, Neil, are you ready for the quick fire round?
I'm ready.
And this week there's some rules. It's only yes or it's a no, nothing else.
Not a maybe.
Not a maybe, yes or no. And Toom Donaldson is saying, do you guys think I should drop a Seatpost?
Yes.
Bryce Mayers is saying, will you ever come to Australia?
Yes.
Hey Val Maris is saying, do you guys have Messenger?
What is that?
J Sport and Entertainment is saying, could you do a big jump on a hardtail bike?
Yes, just ask Blake.
Philippel102 is saying, can Neil accept my request on Strava?
No.
Sebastian Unger is saying, can you do a how suspension works video?
Yes, have we not done that? Okay, we will.
Hard Play says, could you do a biking festival?
It's a good idea. Yes, I'd like that to happen, that'd be cool.
Windle47 says, can Blake show us an old school knack-knack?
I would say you probably can, yes.
Malcolm Vince Costal says, can I wear a full face helmet in a cross-country trail?
Yes.
And Miles MTB is saying, would I be able to race at bike parks on a hardtail?
Yes.
Ron Ray is saying, will you guys come to Nepal?
Yes.
Peter Malloy is saying, are any of yous going to be doing EWS Ireland?
Yes. Are you doing it? You're probably going, aren't you?
I'm going.
You're probably not racing.
Maybe.
Too old now for that.
Yeah, it's way too old, yeah. You're kind of not that great at the yes or no.
That was as good as I can do,
60-40. So that's it for quick fire round. Let's go on to correct me if I'm wrong. Martin Borowski is saying, I'm trying to do a wall ride. I can't get on it, but have you got any tips? So let's take a look.
Yeah, I watched this video. It's a good effort, actually. It's actually really hard to wall ride on a vert wall like that, so you've got to hit it pretty fast, a little bit quicker than that, but it does mean you're going to slam into that wall pretty hard, but that's what you need to sort of stick to it. Ideally, you try and find a wall ride with a bit of a ramp in or something to get a bit of a boost off so you hit the wall, but you do have to hit them quite quick.
And he's going quite vertical into it, maybe take a little bit more of an angle so you can sort of wall ride it and along it.
Yeah, good effort though, it's cool.
Yeah, let's take a look at the next one. And this one is from Sam Bagwell, and he is asking how to improve his jumping technique so you can actually hit bigger jumps. So he's coming in, first one, second one, and then is a little bit scared, I'd say, of the third one.
That third one is quite big actually, they get much bigger in a row, those 3 jumps. I would say doing what you're doing there is pretty good, so just keep sessioning the 2 until you feel really confident. And then decide that you're definitely going to do the 3rd jump before you get there. So don't get there and think, oh, am I, aren't I? But just keep practicing on the small ones and remember to look for the downslope. So sort of like the same tip we give for a lot of riding, but even on jumps, as soon as you're hitting the takeoff, try and look to the downslope.
Yeah, and practice makes perfect.
Definitely, so definitely with jumps, yeah.
There we go, Neil. Another edition of Ask GMBN, and we can see them all again next week with questions that they can leave in the comment section down below.
Yeah, and send us your videos to ask@gmbn.com and we'll take a look and try and help you out if we can.
And if you want to watch some more videos from GMBN, then click right here for how to train for enduro.
And click over here for our bikes buying guide.
And click right here to subscribe, because by subscribing, you'll never miss a video again.
Just give thumbs up.
And share this video.